Welcome to Wargroove. We're in the finals of the qualifiers for the first World Tournament of Wargroove 2. I'm on stream with Barrett RTS and Mastro commentating, and the bands have started, and the game will get started in just a second. Go! Alright, in black, Saykoya, the reigning world champion, is playing the Twins, and RPG Master is playing Wulfar. Now remember, Saykoya is not allowed to play Wulfar because Wulfar was banned by Derek. So Saykoya chose not to ban Wulfar. That means Saykoya is completely comfortable fighting into Wulfar with the Twins.
Ooh, we're going for Trooper immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. You can grab that village, get a little bit of econ lead. I mean, that's going to be something Derek can't do, and yeah, goes for the lumber mill.
Yeah, Trooper immediately was the classic, but my new theory is, well, our new theory. Saykoya has also prepped it a bit with me and Mas, whatever. That Trooper is like 400, and that one village doesn't make money for you that fast. So delaying Trooper a bit to get like some tempo play, like an earlier dragon, could be worth it.
The Trooper thing is something I've seen Saykoya do on a lot of maps, like the Harmonious Hideout. Saykoya will almost always build a quick Trooper unless they have a very specific play they're going for.
I mean, on Harmonious too, we often delay Trooper for Dragon. Dragon is just like so good on these maps. But well, Trooper is faster money. Hard to go wrong with that. So,
what do you think about Saykoya's decision to harass that middle village with their sword? Because now their sword took a hit. The village is still standing. It doesn't look like they won that engagement.
yeah, well, I think usually you want a dog when you do that, and then the dog can cover your sword. Or you want to have another sword in range to cover.
Mm-hmm.
But he's instead going for the harass on the CO side. So you kind of have to choose, in my opinion. You either harass that central village or you harass CO side. I guess he still got some groove out of it, even though he lost the trade, like health-wise, right? So, he might have prepped it to get groove at exactly the time he needs. I haven't done groove prepping. I prep, for position and stuff. But I guess in Wargroove 2, that's a new thing you can do where, like, moves that look bad, get one more attack in, and that means you might have groove for one turn faster.
Maybe.
I don't really think he did that, but he might have, right?
Is he gonna? Yeah, he's gonna heal swords. That makes sense. He just buys 2 more swords.
I don't think it was for groove though, because Saykoya's 5 off of their tier 1.
Only 3 now actually, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, the village can get decapped now, right? Or wait, 30? What's that sword at?
30? 90. Yeah,
right?
you could decap it this turn actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, because yeah, you do go for the ding early, and then you can heal and then go for it again, and that works out in the long term. Oh, it goes for the hit on that sword, and we're going to see, there's a lot of contesting happening over this particular lumber mill.
We're seeing those defensive knights. This is something that Derek did during previous games as well. They build a lot of early knights. I think KMP also used to do this a lot.
KMP is mostly going for Pike Balloon now. He still attacks you like mad. And it's weird to deal with it because, usually you build Pikes to defend against Knights rushing you. What do you build against Pike rushing you? Early Archer? Like, that feels so weird.
Well, either way, it's looking really strong. I mean, this is going to give RPG Master more control over this lumber mill than you'd normally get in the opening.
Yeah, this is true. But he's also not putting stuff on his own CO side, so he's also getting his lumber mill delayed. And, usually you want your bigger stuff with your CO. Because you're thinking eventually CO side will win, because CO is just that strong. So eventually stuff you have with CO will probably kill more, and stuff you have against CO will probably die more. So usually the common wisdom of the Wargroove players is to build knights with your CO. But in this case, it's Wulfar. And Wulfar has a very fast groove that is, well, not literally very fast, but, you get what I'm saying. Comparatively
it charges very quickly.
Yeah. And it's threatening the whole map. So you actually have a very decent CO threat with those two knights, which wouldn't happen if you were like any other CO except Wulfar. So, this playstyle doesn't make sense with other COs, I think, but it does make sense with Wulfar. Derek is playing Wulfar, so it's fine.
Yeah, like I've seen Sigrid players do this. Oh,
Ah,
wow! Remember that sword that damaged the village earlier? Now it's low
yeah.
enough that the sword, after being healed, could come back and knock it down.
And that's a nice little econ edge that Saykoya will have.
And the Groove Edge. Saykoya does have tier 1 now.
Well,
Yeah, and
it's a
actually, we can.
groove edge, but it's not an eco edge, because Sequoia has spent almost as much as the village is worth healing that sword.
That
Yeah,
will
this is.
drain Derek though, because I mean, one of the big factors, especially in early game, is getting to the point where like this gold is like a meaningful amount, where you could build like a big heavy hitting unit. So dragging Derek down to 900 while Sakura is up at 1200, like this air trooper has been delayed because Derek decided to take the tower one turn later.
Right.
So
Also, it doesn't look like Derek has dealt with his like side villages properly. Hmm.
yeah, I actually almost wish like this knight was in a position to like go for this village. Because
Harp is gonna stop all those ideas next time, though. Ooh,
this
Saykoya.
flagstone though.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, the flagstone around this village makes it a little bit awkward for aerial units. And Derek finally grabs that corner with their flamingo a little bit later, so... that was late enough that I think Sequoia justified the early flamingo.
Well, Derek also didn't really get that much out of his earlier nights, right? They were some tempo, but they weren't like massive tempo. I think super early Dragon can do weird stuff on this map that justify the later Trooper. Ooh, that's a kill.
Yeah, 94. I think it's 93% is the exact one for flipping or for killing a slowed on planes.
I thought it was 94, but either or. 94
Yeah.
was enough.
Either way, Derek is controlling their corner pretty well now. It looks like Wulfar will be able to knock down the next village next turn if they want to, grab it, and then they'll have all of their villages and lumber mills under control. Meanwhile, Sequoia will still be fighting for their own lumber mill.
I think Segoy is getting it like this turn, so he's actually gonna be half. Well, actually, they're gonna be at the same time. Yeah, half a turn faster, but he's P1, so.
And you're right, yeah,
Yeah,
with
it's gonna.
Derek backing off, you're right. I think Sequoia will be able to grab them.
I don't think Derek could have fought that. Do you?
I think Derek might have been able to stay for another turn, but it would be hard
The
to
risk
calculate.
is if you stay and you clump your army up, Twins will just drop fire on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to deal with like lots and lots of damage. And then it's a lot of gold value, that's a lot of tempo right there.
How
So
close is Derek to tier 2?
200%. So Wulfar
Oh,
has it. They were at like 170-ish, I think, at the start of the turn, so it was like just not quite high enough.
and what's
Wulfar actually had
Koya
to go
at?
for kill. Koya's at like 150-ish.
And-
So
Well, maybe Derek could have fought that with tier 2 threat, as in. Well, you don't want to do that because it spends a lot of clock, but theoretically you might have been able to find a position where tier 2 threat with lethal on twins or just like killing critical units there, like the knight and the harpy, could stop Kolya from fighting effectively.
oh, here comes the fire. And actually they were just like in a perfect formation for that to work out. So
Ooh, and the fire kinda protects the knight.
yeah, because like the knight's gonna eat some fire damage, but anything that hits the knight is also gonna eat fire damage.
I mean, I'm also saying it also just blocks a side.
True, it does, but
The knight can only be hit by one thing. Unless you break the fire. You can break the fire with all 3 swords, right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, a single mage heal will heal pretty much all this back up to full,
This is also true.
but you're actually losing the turn of the mage doing anything else. But yeah, I'm curious. The fire globe is actually really durable.
Well, there is a Wulfar on the field, which could always break it.
Also, very true. Yeah, he could literally just knock something across the map. And what's he got? 12 range. So like what? Like this? Let's say like this sword's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think the important thing here is the position it affords Saykoya. It
He
forces
can
RPG
golf.
Master to either address the flames or back off and grant Saykoya 2 villages, a position in front of your stronghold, the ability to get more groove. Like, just so many bad things happen if you back off, or you have to dump groove or several units to attacking this globe, maybe attacking the knight. Twins are right there, they could smack something. You still have to grab that village back. It puts RPG Master in a really tough spot.
By the way, is there the potential for lethal on Saykoya Sio? No, there isn't. There isn't.
No.
Because of the 2 cut forest styles, the right knight can't reach. So even with like 2 sword suicides, you can really kill. No,
That's
wait, there
gonna
was no
be
way to kill.
yeah. Like I actually do think like Wulfar Grooves to break this and damage the army might be a good plan, but no, gonna use the swords instead. And he just goes for hit on the knight, and oh, that's how Rinda was in range of the harpy.
But then Harp is in range of the mage. I guess it can get tagged by the knight for a bit of, well, for a lot of damage actually, but it'll still tank the Harpy.
I think RPG Master handled that really well, because it didn't give Saykoya any position, it didn't give up too much damage, it cost 300 gold, but most of the groove was negated, and the only unit damaged now is a knight, but Saykoya's knight is also damaged. The twins don't have that great a target to attack, they can hit something, but it's not the end of the world. And meanwhile, RPG Master has shored up their corner, and they can continue trying playing their own game now. I think that could not have been handled much better.
Well, I agree. This is probably the best move for Derek, but I think Oya is also doing fine here. I think Twins are gonna get quite a bit of value, and Derek has been sitting on Groove. So if Twins start building towards another Groove, even though they didn't get much value from this one, it can be justified, I think.
I guess the question is how does Sakura do the next turn? Like, because personally, I would just go super aggro here and attack.
Oh yeah, he needs to do that to justify his Groove just getting killed.
Yeah.
If
this army's like
aggro.
Yeah, this army's fairly out of position. You could kill like the knight, both swords, and like really hurt the mage as well, which means the harpy is safe.
The question is, can Twins like hit the other knight without dying?
Oh, there's even a forest tile to do it from, so you just throw twins up, and then they're even safer.
Oh no, I'm saying the other knight. You clear the forest and you hit the other knight, which would also protect the harpy, assuming it finishes off the 5 knight, right?
I think you go for the mage instead, because the mage is going to one shot that harpy. The knight's like kind of.
Oh no,
spooky,
I'm saying
but...
like with twins, you hit the knight, the full knight with twins. Oh no, I'm not going for anything. I don't agree with this. Like assuming the harpy hits the 5 knight from where your 6 knight is, and then twins hit the full knight, right? Something like that.
Oh, it doesn't go from the forest either.
He might want to cut that. No, he doesn't want to cut that.
No, you don't want to cut it this turn. That's a super safe tile to put twins in. And doesn't go for the kill on the knight either.
There might have been a tempo thing, to cut that tree.
You have to remember, Saykoya's playstyle is designed around speed. Saykoya's not going to waste time thinking about a maybe attack that might be worth it. They're just going to make super safe plays and try to advance as much as they can.
Well, I guess, but then if he wanted to play it this way, he maybe shouldn't have played tier 1 last turn. It's just they've just waited
it's
for
tier
tier
one.
2. It's the
Yeah,
most guaranteed play in that.
I mean, I think my thing is because Wulfar has full groove, now is the time you want to be aggressive because there isn't going to be additional groove charge built up. Like
Well,
if
also,
you
now is the
come
time
to
you can get
tier-
lethal easily, though.
Yeah, although Wulfar is like really far. Like I think his groove wouldn't have reached Twins if the Twins were in that forest tile.
I'm pretty sure it would have. It's like 12 tiles. Let me actually
Maybe.
count. How long is the map, even?
Like let's say this sword went back and Wulfar like went all the way here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
But just the fact that
9,
you guys have to
10.
count means Saykoya was not going to consider it.
Oh, I mean, it would have reached, but like,
Yeah, it would have reached.
there isn't that much to counter attack here. Like, would it have been the end of the world? Like one full. That's a hard one. I guess like Mage could potentially have suicided in, and then you're dealing with like, but there's a bunch of stuff to wall as well. Like there would have been stuff in front, so
And
and you
this
could
is
have put
why
units to the
Saykoya
side.
didn't do
But
it.
Yeah, okay. But then Saykoya is basically just down groove. Well, down value from groove. I guess he's technically up because Derek hasn't used groove at all. But like, I don't think Derek can use a less profitable groove than Koya did. The problem is Koya is up a lot of CO activity. His CO is like up to Derek's HQ almost, and then Derek is
yeah,
on the edge of the map. He needs to.
Now's the benefit of using Groove. It cleared space and allowed Saykoya to advance. And if you look at the Twins, they already have 50 Groove. They're working towards another tier 1. I think that was a perfect Groove. It did exactly what Saykoya wanted.
He did everything except give value.
It gave position.
position.
I think Koya could have moved there anyway. I think he just had better army. Right? I think he could just moved up and been more threatening by having a tier 2 charged right now.
Oh, actually, though, here's the thing. So the Mage Heal, you were talking about the Mage Heal, like it's only 300 gold, but Derek's been down on economy for quite a while, or was anyway. So that 300 gold was actually kind of a big deal. Like that was like potentially another knight coming out or like something a bit heavier. So actually, that Mage Heal was kind of significant in that regard. Like Derek just didn't have as much money to build like a heavy unit to be in front of the stronghold right now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of dogs, which is unusual for Derek. We don't see Derek spam dogs as much.
Oh, I disagree. Derek was spamming dogs in our set. Like, all
I
3
think
games, I think.
and against
Game 1
this
he had like
composition,
7
but
dogs or something.
yeah, I think Derek actually is a big dog fan. But yeah, like look at this army composition that Saykoya has. Like this is weak to dogs. Like you sure you've got like a harpy and a knight in here, but all these swords and the spears and the mage and the air trooper, like they are not going to do well against the dogs.
I mean, the
So.
swords and the maids and the air trooper are all forced buys of the map, basically.
True, but it's still the case that the dogs are going to do well against them.
I guess, yeah, but his real units are like the knight, the harpy, the 2 pikes, the other knight. Oh, I guess the other knight is not close to any dog.
Yeah, this one's like kind of off doing its own thing. I like this positioning from Wulfar actually. It forces like the knight can't hit from the left and this can't get flipped again. Wouldn't have been like ideal to go
You're
for
not
that,
really
but
flipping that anyways.
yeah. But
In
yeah,
Wulfar's
Wulfar is just positioning aggressively and
Yeah.
preventing like this lumber mill from being taken down.
Wulfar's
But
gotta
if-
not go too alone, or you could get trapped. But I think it is good this turn.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing really too trapping right now. So yeah.
What's interesting,
Nice
though, is that
aggressive
Derek is
positioning.
trying to lethal Saykoya.
I mean, he's gonna get outgrinded at this rate, I think. Because it's Saykoya, I don't think like it's a necessary thing by the state of the board. But like it's Saykoya. Oh, and he's only up like 2 minutes. Derek has been playing pretty quickly. But I think Saykoya's speed shows up a bit later, mostly.
Oh, I
Ooh,
just
okay.
realized not killing the knight forced it to heal off this village, which now gets flipped.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't it have healed on another village?
No, because there's a chop forest tile there.
Well, not on both sides.
Yeah, it might have been way more out of position to do that though. I'm not sure.
Literally on the same diagonal.
The purpose of putting
this
the
one?
knight
To the right of
here
the
was for lethal purposes, because you can go one to the left, a few down, and then hit the twins if they try to hit the 6th village. So it's critting that tile. That's why I was saying Derek was positioning the lethal Saykoya. His knight is threatening you if you hit the 6th village from the bottom, which is the most obvious place to put the commander.
Although actually it also does that if you put it in the tile up.
It
Next to
does,
the other
but it can
village.
get blocked on this vertical here. And
Yeah, that's true actually. Like, but yeah, twins are just gonna go elsewhere. And that makes sense. There's just too much army here now.
But too little Almir elsewhere. Koya just playing solid, I guess.
Yeah, I mean he's got the econ lead, you don't have to push it, right?
Yeah.
You can just threaten the left hand side, which these two knights are doing. Twins are getting ready to move across. They can potentially jump in this balloon still as well. Although the mage could sack itself to kill that balloon.
I don't think that would be good. Like, twins are basically centralized. They can go anywhere anyway. And the pikes are in decent positions. The balloon isn't, like, sorely needed.
What you have to consider is Saykoya just wants to take economy and keep their commander safe each turn. That's it. They've realized they can't win the game because Derek is defending, so they're just going to calmly take villages, get the best position they can every turn, again and again, until Derek runs out of time.
Yeah, and I think Derek, he over defended his HQ and he took units away from everywhere, and that's like a sign to Koya. Koya is basically now thinking, okay, I just outdance him, basically. I'm just gonna move my units where he isn't, and every time we move armies around, I'm gonna take like a bit more, and I'm gonna stay like up around 100 econ, 200 econ for the whole game, and eventually I'll have like 2 more golems and also 5 minutes more on the clock. And he'll resign or lose on time or something.
Yep. This is classic Saykoya.
Okay, going in for a kill there. I am curious if this is going to be followed up by a groove. Or is Wulfar just going to play it safe?
Well, no killing groove. You can do damage with groove, but it's not enough damage.
True.
There's always some decent damage groove for new Wulfar when it's tier 2, but like,
I think like another thing as well, like where we're talking about that dance of like Saykoya is going to avoid fighting this army head on and just go where like the army isn't. As soon as twins have groove, like you wait for the army to clump up, you throw fire on it, and then you just attack elsewhere again because the army then has to spend time healing and regrouping, and twins can do that from a very safe position as well.
Or if Derek goes to Ham, you can just kill him with tier 1.
Also very true. Yeah, that plus that flat 20% damage. And also not just a flat 20% damage on Wulfar, but also like if you have some units of your own that you could potentially then weaken up to throw into a lethal, then that also works.
This is very funny. Disobeyed has been talking about this a lot. I mean, a lot of players have noticed it, but and this debate appeared so happy about it. Like sometimes twins tier 1 can be better than tier 2 because it makes extra suicides for lethal.
Yeah.
One thing that's worrying me a little bit is that, for Derek, I mean, I don't think Derek knows what to do in this situation, because Derek is a player that's comfortable being in Saykoya's position. Derek's not comfortable being on the other side of this. They're stalled right now, trying to think, okay, what am I doing? I don't think they're prepping a big play. I think they're trying to figure out, how do I play the game? Because Saykoya's got pikes where their knights are. Their knights are really zoned out of moving across the map and front switching. And if they do, they could lose some more villages. Saykoya's got a pike crit lined up on that 7 village.
Oh, here we go. Tier 2. Bang, bang, bang. Just a big chunk of damage on the army. That's nice. Actually, I like that it weakens the spears because now these knights are going to be a lot more, be able to be far more aggressive. The mage is going to go in. Ooh. This is going to be a big aggro turn, isn't it? And yeah, Derek's just like, I got to go in. Like, I don't feel comfortable playing this out like in a kind of usual way. And is this second knight going to go in? I think it will.
I don't know about this. This doesn't look good to me.
I remember when I said something about like Derek is not gonna use tier 2 and get less value than Saykoya got with his tier 1.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean,
Yeah, then this happened.
maybe I keep being wrong.
It's tough, right? Like we can sit and we can chat. Like there's 3 of us like essentially playing both sides right now. But if you're on your own, you're under the pressure of being in a tournament by yourself. Like yeah, you're gonna see plays like that where it's just like
I certainly blundered a lot against Derek. I mean,
yeah, and I wonder if he's feeling like, oh wait, should I have done that? Because now there's like a mage and a dog just kind of hanging out here.
I mean, maybe he saw the writing on the wall, like we did. Like if he's gonna slowly lose otherwise, so he's like, okay, gotta do something. Might as well. Let's go. Like Koya might blunder now. He made it interesting. If he loses, probably yeah, but like he made it interesting, so maybe he has a greater chance of winning through a Koya blunder right now than he had like before.
Yeah, but you're not gonna force a blunder playing like this. You're just giving Saykoya free dudes.
No, you're not forcing a blunder, but you're hoping for a blunder.
No.
Because
this isn't how you play to try to make your opponent blunder. This is how you play when you have no other idea what to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's desperation, not that it's like...
But it's hard, Saykoya is very, very good at putting you in a position where you feel like you have no options.
Yeah, it kind of makes you feel like you don't know how to play the game. No, he actually makes you feel like you never knew how to play the game.
I wouldn't say that, but...
Well, that's how I feel when I'm in those positions, where I'm just like...
That's fair. In this position, there are a couple things you can do. You can back off and accept that Saykoya has a lead, which is a very mature thing to do, very hard to do. That's something that Saykoya actually does when they're losing. Sometimes they'll just back off, accept their opponent has a lead, and try to fight for the late game. Or you can try to make a play. Find a way to take out your opponent's army, but there really wasn't one in this situation that I
saw that Harpy get hit, and I was like... And that Harpy hit the Wulfar, I mean. And I was like, wait, is Wulfar dead? But no.
No. Wulfar's fine.
No, I guess, wait, nothing is in range of that Harpy, so it was just a free hit?
Yeah, that's just a free hit. Oh, because there was a mage, but it got killed by the knight.
That's fair. I thought Koya would move away from that side and just pick up the 3 dudes on the right, but I guess he can do both. He can also slightly advance on the left and pick up the dudes on the right, which means he should be like completely winning.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like there were several things you could do in response. This was not one of them. What Derek did was chuck a bunch of free dudes on the right in the hopes that Saykoya would overreact, go to the right, and somehow, magically, there was no way this would happen, Derek would get to the stronghold and take out Saykoya's stronghold. The problem was, first of all, Saykoya was not going to abandon their stronghold, which is why Saykoya has to attack on the left. To be clear, if Saykoya actually went all the way to the right, they would lose the game. But
I don't think he has to attack on the left. Sorry to stop you there. I think he can slightly retreat on the left and still defend HQ.
Yeah, but why? There's a balloon there. Why are you going to risk that?
Fair, but he just has to like not completely abandon the left like 100%, right?
Yeah. You have to leave something there. There. Just a body to stop units from freely walking to the dang thing and attacking it.
But yeah, his move did everything though.
Yeah.
It left stuff on the left with like actual value gained. He killed something. I mean, that knight can be cleared, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a sword capture. I think I would capture with the weaker swords. Oh, it doesn't go for the capture.
Not capturing. To not give groove?
Yeah, that makes sense as well. Yeah, you really don't want to, like, open up a Wulfar lethal right now. And I like this positioning of the dog and this positioning of this sword.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Yeah, if this dog wasn't here, Air Trooper could go below and pick up the night kill potentially with like.
This is interesting. Could there be a lethal on Saykoya? I don't think so, but like.
Not anymore. There's far too much army clumped here. I think you could brawl out against this army. I think that's a potential, but I don't think this is lethal.
The problem with trying to lethal Saykoya is the sword. The full health sword beneath the village. That can't be cleared, so you don't have enough sides. You've got 9 sword suicide, you've got Harpy, you've got Knight. Alright, so far you've done like maybe over 50 damage. If a full health
the Wish's
Wulfar could hit
Reach.
the twins, sure, but you're not going to clear Knight and sword.
You have no way to clear the sword, yeah. Because the knight is easy to clear, like Trooper and Pike, but then Wulfar isn't full health to clear the sword. So Harpy hitting Wulfar actually massive value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the lethal only works if Wulfar were to hit the twins. So you'd have to clear the sword with something other than Wulfar anyway. So that sword is keeping Saykoya alive right now.
Just Commander doesn't kill sword on Flagstone, does it?
Oh wait, no. Oh, even full HP. Oh, I didn't see it was Flagstone. I forgot about the Flagstone. Okay, so yeah. So that sword does to like nothing except what? Golem Dragon? Or like some crits, maybe night crit. Yeah, it's hard
it's
to
very
kill
tanky.
from one side. By the way, was like 9 sword suicide, dog hit, dog crit, Harpy hit not enough? Probably wasn't enough anyway.
Yeah, that's not enough. That's what I was saying. Wulfar would have to hit the twins, which means something else would have to clear the sword, which is impossible. So it's safe as long as the sword's standing there.
Yeah. And not even Wulfar can clear the sword. Basically, Wulfar needed Groove to do this.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think he maybe could have generated it if if this army on the right had gone in, but the army on the right would die for doing that. So.
Well, if the army on the right hadn't died last turn, I guess half of it, maybe you would have been able to do something.
And this makes sense. Harpy can't be hit by anything here, so it's gonna chip the commander.
Can be hit by Harpy.
Yeah, but that's not. No, there's a flagstone in the way.
Oh.
I think you can go around and hit from where the twins are standing, but that's it really. And there's a witch and a mage up here, so.
Yeah, and you can't kill it actually, even with Groove and the other Harpy hitting, it's not enough. So it's like, if you're not gonna kill, why go for it?
Yeah.
You're gonna die in return. So that Harpy also cannot be cleared in any way, which is a nice blocker on that tile.
Yeah, I'm very curious if twins. Oh, that's a tough one. Like you could run back and throw fire, but twins might be a bit vulnerable because they're only on 80%, and Wulfar could get Groove next turn.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Saykoya just doesn't want to lose. As long as Saykoya doesn't lose, they win.
This is also true. Saykoya can play conservatively from now on and easily take the game, probably.
Yeah.
Well, easily. It's never easily against Wulfar because you need to be careful every turn or you get lethal. Ooh, balloon there too. Yeah, you can't attack now.
Yeah. Well, the dragon has free dudes. I mean.
Yeah, dragon can kill Air Trooper, and you take a counter hit off of a Harpy. It's not the end of the world. You would just hit the Harpy with your Harpy, and that would.
Wait. That's not true. I'm realizing this isn't true. Wulfar could groove the dragon potentially.
If he gets groove.
If the dragon hits the Air Trooper from below, then
it's gonna be hard for
deep. Yeah, Wulfar would not go that deep. That's just like immediately you're dead if you try and do that.
I was thinking more like dragon kill Spike, but wait, is that in which range?
No,
it's not in which range. So dragon hit Pike would be good value, but then it's vulnerable to Wulfar if he gets groove.
Yeah, and vulnerable to getting surrounded. Yeah.
This is really interesting. Earlier, we were talking about how bad that play Derek made was, but Derek has recovered economy. Derek has equalized economy and is now in an attacking position against Saykoya's stronghold. They don't have the army to back it up right now, but they healed their position by sacrificing those troops.
I think he paid too much value for it, though.
Oh, actually, it's really difficult to push on this right hand side because there are these 2 knights, and there's nothing to wall break. Okay, so dog's gonna go for the hit. Interesting.
Dog crit will finish, maybe?
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh, gonna die
fire?
fire.
Okay. Get some
I mean,
nice
it's decent
damage.
damage, but I'm not sure about that.
That's not the best idea, Saykoya? Hello? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I don't know about that position.
Yeah, I don't know why you would go for that. How much do you do to a balloon? Air 50. Okay, so that wasn't gonna crit to kill that either.
Yeah, Harpy crit isn't that strong, and balloons are way too tanky against like.
I guess like
units.
dragon is a wall now, and balloon is a wall. Oh, actually, yeah, you got 2 sides blocked with air, so
I mean, there wasn't really a kill there, unless Wulfar gets groove. No, even if Wulfar gets tier 1, probably.
actually that's a flagstone. So
Oh, 43, sword can't kill that. That's just kind of bad.
yeah.
Is Saykoya dead? Is it just me looking at this and thinking Saykoya's dead?
No way, right?
Which hex?
You got a lot of
Mage shield?
suicide units created by that fire. I guess the dog won't be able to, right? Because
You
it's
don't have
80,
any big
twins are 80.
units, though. You don't have any big units.
Sword. Oh, you got Wulfar though. Like, Wulfar can just walk up and punch twins in the face.
Yeah, I mean, with a mage healed Wulfar, you really only have to get the twins down like 40, 30, but you got Witch Hex. I don't know. I think it's
Nobody
safe. I
gonna
think it's
say.
safe. I'm doing the math in my head. I think Saykoya lives. But that was a little scary.
Yeah,
I mean,
87 on Wulfar. And like,
Wulfar
actually, that would
gets
be a.
groove,
It's
there might be something.
it's hard to say. I mean, you wouldn't use groove in this position. There's no reason to.
Oh, maybe you could. Oh no, you can't. I was thinking like. No, there is the forest and the flagstone stopping the idea. I had like the idea of like Harpy hits balloon, then Groove finishes balloon. Maybe does Groove even finish balloon? Then might not.
You just try and kill him on one side.
Oh wait. No, Harpy crit kills the 7 dog, right?
Yes. Harpy crit would kill the 7 dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
but then Wulfar can't send the balloon to where the 7 dog is. So unless he hits it from the forest. So actually, no, there is no tier 1 lethal.
How
There's
much
no
groove
lethal at
charge do
all.
you need? I think there's you might there might
I
it
mean-
might be it might be real. Hold on, I'm looking at this.
I think you're just better just hitting with Wulfar, right?
If you can open another side with tier 1, no, opening a side is probably better. But if you can't open another side with tier 1, then. Well, then you just
I'm
hit
really
full.
curious. So this being a 92% health commander hit on a weekend. So that's what, like 40 damage?
I think
And by
twins
open-
live.
If you
I
do 2
think
suicides
twins
first?
live.
And by open another side, I mean open another side and hit twins. Because if you can do either or, then it's not good enough. If you can hit twins and open a side.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't work.
Yeah,
It
they're
doesn't
not
work
gonna go
because even
for it.
if you did that, you wouldn't have anything to follow up with at that point.
Yeah, I mean the dog can suicide probably. And the sword can't. Oh, yeah, the sword
Oh,
can
there is a
suicide
dog
anyway,
actually.
it's
Okay.
almost- Yeah, I
I actually missed that dog. I didn't see it, but
there's nothing there. There was never lethal there.
okay.
I'm
But
just surprised
Saykoya said there
Saykoya
might
did
have been.
that. Normally, that's the kind of thing Saykoya would avoid.
Is it? I mean, he probably knew there wasn't lethal. Like, Saykoya won't calculate lethal when there's a lot of math involved, but he will do stuff like, oh, he has no way to clear more than one side, and I don't die from one side. He will do those things.
Maybe.
The things he won't do is like, I've calculated all the optimal attacks here, and I live with 3%. He doesn't do that.
Right.
Almost
Right.
nobody does that, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like that was a moment where Saykoya threw down fire and was like, I can totally cover this, and maybe didn't think about it too hard, and then later was like, uh-oh, I'm safe here, right? Like, I can hear Saykoya saying that in my head. There's no
that could have
lethal,
been.
right?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
there's definitely a moment where you're like, wait, hang on a moment.
But yeah, there
Am I dead here? That is like a very common Wargroove phrase that people have in their heads where it's like, am I about to die? especially against Wulfar. But I mean, in that case, I think like the move was just Wulfar walks up and punches the twins.
Wow, given more free units. Wait, is it really free? What hits the dog? Wait, do you have nothing to hit the dog there? I guess your own dog.
I have
Wait,
to say,
maybe it's
I'm
not
really
that.
impressed by Derek. Like, they're attacking in this position. They're behind, like, 6 unit count consistently, but they're attacking. That's hard to do. You know, they were lost, but now it looks like they're back in it.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but like Koi keeps making unimpressive grooves. Imagine if he was Vesper. Could have been Vesper now. With Vespers, he would have been like extremely Omega winning.
With Vesper, Saykoya wouldn't have gotten 2 grooves or groove in time.
I mean, are you sure about that? I think he had like around 200 grooves the first time he grooved, right? And then this wasn't a good position to use groove anyway. He would have gotten it this turn or maybe next turn. Also, he would have been further ahead from getting a better groove before. So,
I do agree that this groove was a little questionable.
oh, you're still a fan of the previous groove?
The first groove I maintain was amazing. It gave Saykoya a
Really?
big positional advantage. This groove, I don't know why Saykoya did that.
I mean, maybe Saykoya is trying to cosplay as me and get like 4 grooves this game. Maybe go for 5 since twin groove is cheaper. Let's
Actually,
see.
something I did like about this groove and the way Derek has been forced to respond is the knight can now just go harass the side.
I
I think
mean,
that's actually really nice.
is that something the groove did, or is this something that Derek just allowed now?
Well, took quite a lot of damage that turn, so like the mage heal, caught some of it, right? But it didn't catch all of it.
I guess he could have retreated to that side, but then he would have been out of position had Koya danced to like the right. So I think it might have been more of a strategic army positioning thing than just pressing the groove thing. I think Koya is maybe thinking of it like a fire and forget thing. Just whenever I have groove, I'm just gonna press it as long as it hits a bunch of stuff and it does the damage, and that's all I need.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess in that position, like the main advantage there you're getting is you're forcing your opponent to think about how to play against it.
Does Koya just go in now? It looks like you can pick up some kills if you go in.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they would go for the lump mill, but no, they're just gonna go for army.
Oh, going for the Rumble Mill would have been like a more Koya thing, right? I don't know, I'll say, but
I think Saykoya is just trying to time out their opponent, but I don't know if Derek is someone you can play that way against, because Derek doesn't usually play at a very high... I don't quite know how to describe this. Like, Derek's not that aggressive, I guess I should say. Derek is happy to pick on villages, you know? And so it's kind of harder to time someone like that out, because they will take advantage of your rushed moves.
I wouldn't say that, but maybe. This is an interesting position. I think Derek has just lost too many units. Man, like, I don't think Oya is trying to win on time. I think Oya will win on time if Derek tries to play super defensively. But the way Derek is playing right now, I think Oya will just outgrind him to death. Really. Just a classic attrition win. You know, at some point, he's going to lose all his units. And that point is like coming soon, I think.
I don't
He's
know.
lost too much on the left side, and he might lose some right side too.
I wonder if I would just yeet a sword into that mage.
Oh, no, he's retreating that side.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair. It's the safe move. When you attack on one side, you retreat the other side. Then your mobile units all go assist the attacking side.
Yeah. I feel
But
like it would have been worse
personally-
trading a sword to just damage the mage, though.
Oh, and do nothing else? No, I don't agree with that.
Well, maybe like throw in like the dragon or something to hit something too. But
Yeah, but he has another mage and the witch there, so it's hard. Even if that was the only mage, then you'd do that, right? You chuck a sword at the mage, and then dragon gets a mostly free kill. And then if he punishes your dragon, kinda, the dragon is still fine after, and the mage dies completely, and the dragon gets more free hits. Yeah, but like he has another mage and a witch, and he's playing as Wulfar, and there's another mage close to a balloon.
Here's the thing. If you throw a sword at a mage, what you're getting is 200 gold of value on mage damage. What you're losing is 100 gold of value and a unit count. Saykoya's
Yeah.
advantage is unit count, not economy, right? Like, right now, Derek has 2 lumber mills. Derek has economy. So it's not really worth it for Saykoya to do that, because it's the equivalent of Derek saying, I will spend 200 gold to kill your sword. And Derek can afford it. So that's good for Derek. So Saykoya was right not to throw the sword in, I think, in this position.
I mean, also I think like in general, unit count is worth quite a bit of money.
That's
Like
true. That's true. I
When
do
we
sometimes
discussed
throw the sword at the mage. I do like doing that sometimes, but I wouldn't in this position.
I think when you're not getting anything else that turn, just throwing the sword at the mage and retreating, I think it's never right. I think a full frontline sword is worth at least 200 and usually 250 to 300.
Wow.
And yeah, that's what me and Math believe, and I think Oya also agrees with the figure. Space front values it more, like 300 to 350, maybe 400. I think it values unit count way too much. But yeah, most of the top players, I don't remember if Zeronix has told me what he values a full frontline sword at.
I guess
But
I'm
I
the
think
only weirdo who sacrifices swords. Saykoya's giving me a lot of crap for this. Saykoya's like, Sneaky, you hate swords. You have to save them.
Ooh, Harpies on the mountain, which means Wulfar can't groove. I mean, he would have probably died for it, but he can't groove a knight, even losing his own life.
Also,
But
I like
that's a
how
lot of
Saykoya has
hit on
3 harpies. Like, look at this.
Koya thinks Harpies are really good now.
They are good!
Good, yeah, but like I think he overestimates them.
Harpies were good in Wargroove 1, and now they got buffed. I think everyone underestimates them.
They weren't good in Wargroove 1, come on.
They were good in Wargroove 1.
I mean, maybe they weren't as horrible as people thought they were, but they certainly weren't good. They were the bad tower unit. Like, Balloons or Dragon were better. And Witch, probably. Witch was also kind of bad. But Witch still was better than Harpy, right? Now Harpy's better than Witch, maybe. Is it better than Balloon? Unclear, like in many situations.
There's a small weakness in Saykoya's position on the left. The mages are a little bit too removed. Like, there's just that one mage kind of covering everything. And it's not even covering the knight. Oh, well, that's not Saykoya's knight. Like, the coloring is screwing me up a little bit. But still, I would have liked Saykoya to have one more mage over there, because there's a balloon, there's a witch. I feel like Derek could use their air units to wall a little bit if they wanted to.
Oh wait, is it Lumber Mill on Road? So I guess the dragon can crit it? That's interesting.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's on roads.
But Saykoya is still actually... Oh, Witch covers.
Yeah.
Derek saw. Yeah, oh, good for him.
But
and
I
the good
mean,
thing about having like a kind
find
of
a way around it.
Yeah. You might be able to hit it from the bottom and then block. So it's right.
I think the good thing though about going like this kind of harpy composition is like you just force your opponent to like respond with enough anti-air, and you can really just overwhelm. Like if you're able to, if one of these mages died, for example, the harpies would just flood over to the right hand side.
Derek has somehow gotten a lot of econ on the right side though.
Yeah, there wasn't anything to like. There wasn't anything to fight the knights, so Saykoya couldn't attack into that position. And Derek's been doing really good, like a really good job with the walls in this game.
Yeah, I guess Saykoya is now getting extra pikes, but his balloon is too late because he kept it as a blocker. Like, old Saykoya would have probably got another balloon, but maybe he wanted more money for something? Where did that money go? Like, Saykoya would get multiple balloons to do that, like hold one as a blocker and then have one to ferry new pikes. And then exchange the balloons, and like the ferry balloon becomes a blocker balloon, the blocker balloon goes back. And get very, very nice and efficient positioning. But it doesn't look like this happened.
At the end of the day, Saykoya doesn't really need to do anything too fancy, but they can't afford to fall behind. And that's one of the weird things about Saykoya fighting Derek, because these are two players who are probably some of the best at stealing villages while they shouldn't be able to. And Saykoya is now fighting another person who can do that. So they might have their brain, like their strategy, tuned towards fighting someone who can't really fight back from behind, but Derek can. And so Saykoya might be slow playing it a little bit too much.
I mean, I'd say Derek couldn't play for behind for quite a while. Like, I think he was doing worse for a while. But suddenly, the last few turns, getting those vills, the mill and the vill, actually. Now it's looking playable for Derek. Otherwise, well, depends on what he pays for it. If Koya doesn't punish here, can he even punish? Oh, yeah, but if he has no way to punish, no, but the dragon positioning.
I feel like we're hearing your internal monologue a little bit.
I mean, yeah. Stream of thought commentary. I mean, I don't know how to commentate, so that's what I'm doing, right?
And I guess like I feel like Saykoya has to attack somewhere. I think on this right hand side, maybe. Like you swing the harpies down so they can't be caught by the mages this turn. You just throw some of your army in to kill some of these weak units, and have the harpies back it up. So like if the knights go in, they take a lot of damage for it. But
Well, he needs to decide which side is his. He needs to either take back his own lumber mill and punish Derek for taking it, or take Derek's lumber mill. And it looks like he's doing neither.
Well, he's setting up to crit Derek's lumber mill with that knight position. Sorry, his own lumber mill. Saykoya is trying to capture the bottom right lumber mill. This knight is set up to crit it. Saykoya is going in with a few units, clearing a little bit here, preparing to fight the dogs.
I don't know how I feel about the air trooper position. I would have maybe preferred the forest on the top right, but
yeah, I agree.
The risk there was dog crit on the dog, and then if the knight can remove the sword, a sword could then hit the trooper in that forest.
But from really bad terrain into decent terrain. And it's
I guess though, like the troopers wanted the anti-knight unit, so you want to save it for punishing knights.
Yeah.
well, also that would mean the knight is overextended and Harpy can hit it. So I think I would put the trooper in the forest anyway. But like Koya's trying to play a bit faster than I would be playing this, right? Actually, is he playing faster?
Saykoya is
slightly.
playing faster, but is struggling to do so. If you look at their position, Saykoya is turtling around the stronghold, yielding territory to Derek. It looks like Saykoya is kind of having trouble doing their usual "I'm 4 minutes ahead of you" thing.
I don't think he needs to be 4 minutes ahead of you. I think Saykoya just wants to be like slightly ahead, so if it comes to time, he wins. Like, I don't think he's trying to time you out or have you fall behind far, timer-wise. I think he's just trying to not be behind himself. And then he plays people like me who are just way too slow.
The thing is, Saykoya's not really playing for the win anymore. Like, at the beginning of the game, Saykoya was pushing for the win. Like, I'm hitting your stronghold. Defend it and let me take eco, or fail to defend it, I'll win the game. But after that, Derek outside of that one weird Wulfar groove, which we can debate after the game whether it was good or bad. I don't think it was that good. But outside of that, Derek's been walling really well, positioning really well. Saykoya has not been given any more openings, and kind of can't just make easy moves to advance anymore.
I don't think Saykoya was ever going for like an HQ win. I think he was just wanted to apply some vague pressure on the HQ so that Derek needed to, defend there, and that would stabilize the game kind of, and then Saykoya could do his thing. I don't think he ever thought, I'm gonna actually kill your HQ. Not saying that he wouldn't have killed it if Derek just abandoned it, but like I don't think it was his plan ever.
Mm-hmm.
I will say in defense of the Wulfar groove at the start, like I mean, we were kind of like, oh, is this like a more of a desperation move or something? But it did kill a lot of the anti-knight units, or at least weaken them, allowing the army to kill them. And because of that, like there hasn't been good anti-knight units until I guess like right now. So Derek is now taking advantage of that and pushed along this side. So I think in the long run that groove actually worked out. It had a goal.
I
and
mean,
maybe
it
Derek
killed
didn't even
one
know that.
spear.
It hit two actually. Hit
Yeah,
two spears.
it only killed one. The other one killed
And
immediately.
it also heavily damaged an air trooper, which is the other
I
anti-knight unit.
guess.
So because of that, the knights have been able to pressure a lot more.
I think Goya could have just rotated like a harpy and a dragon. There were mages. He should have put more army there. I think he kind of abandoned that side, but he didn't win the other side, so he just fell down econ for a few turns.
I think you're both right. I think that was the point of Derek's play. I didn't like it because it didn't finish off enough anti-knight units. Like the second I saw that happen, I was like, okay, you're trying to make room for knights, but then it didn't kill enough, and I was like, okay, that's bad. But then Saykoya pulled away some of the units, like Master was saying, to the left side that would have defeated the knights, and I'm like, now it's good again? So it was an interesting play that Saykoya maybe didn't respond to correctly and ended up working out.
I guess, yeah.
And now, is that no? That wasn't skipped build. There is a dog there. Okay.
Looks to look like the
Double
road.
golem. Yeah, it really does look like the road, doesn't it?
Yeah, and
Okay,
Derek
now
just does that.
Saykoya is going in. Okay.
Well, Derek pulled out now, so Koya can get some free units. And I guess he's up unit count again. Or has been up unit count forever.
Yeah, he's always been up unit count, so.
But he has fallen behind Econ, I think. Ooh. Does Wulfar
Yeah,
have tier
that's a good hit. Wulfar does not have tier 2, but he's pretty close. But he can't catch that knight, so that's fine. Forest Tile's preventing it. So this is actually a really nice spot here, and actually, along with the damage on the army on the right hand side.
Darmy.
The Darmy. Yeah.
The army that killed the dogs too. The Darmy. Or maybe it was its fate to clear the dog, or its purpose. What does Dharma mean again? Something like that, right? The Dharma.
Yeah. Well, there's now a strong push on this right hand side coming from Saykoya. I would want to see that mage actually kind of stick around over here, but that's fine. Whatever. I guess it's protecting stuff from Erever in the middle. So yeah, Saykoya now has the opening to go and push. Like these knights retreating allowed for this.
So the game is gonna stabilize into a clear unit count advantage for Saykoya, like a big unit count advantage, and a slight money advantage for Derek.
Yeah, Derek's still ahead, but actually, I say still, like the double lumber mill is pretty huge, actually.
Yeah, has kept it for a few turns too.
Yeah, I mean, if Derek can just live until the golems hit the front line, because he's gonna get another one next turn too.
I guess, but that's still gonna be like 3 golems against like 1 golem and a dragon. It's like it's not that big of a difference, and the unit count advantage lets you, kill golem and wall and stuff like that. I think unit count is more important.
Saykoya needs to take back their corner. It's just hurting them too much. I think all game they've underestimated that they
Oh
do
yeah,
need to protect it.
this corner is getting flipped back like now, but the question is, has Derek made like enough money out of it that he can just win through value? And I think the answer is no, and it's no precisely because Derek has lost so many units like until now.
The unit
If he hadn't
count is
lost,
not that big a difference. Like it's maybe
Well, there's
-6.
also a lumber mill included in there as well. So
yeah, and the villages. So like when the villages get flipped back, and that 8 sword also dies,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's gonna look worse. And also unit count includes that 1 health mage and the 2 health knight
That's true.
who are on their last legs.
yeah, there's a weak sword over here as well.
Yeah, that's the 8 sword I was talking about. It's gonna die for sure.
I like this knight build from Saykoya. I was thinking to myself, is Saykoya allergic to knights or something? Because like Saykoya really needs a knight on that right side, like another one.
Yeah, he had one at some point. Oh, it's the knight that hit the mates now. Yeah.
And all Derek has to do is sacrifice these units to harass Saykoya a little more, and Saykoya can't take back the village or the lumber mill, so Derek can keep pumping out these golems.
I mean, but he's losing so many units.
You are right. You are right. That's the downside.
Like at some point your golems become ineffective when you have like no army to support them, because like Psycho, you're just gonna kill around the golems, and then it's gonna be like one golem against an army and a dragon, and the dragon is gonna get 3 hits because you wall the dragon after it hits the golem.
Well, it's a bit of a race. If RPG Master, aka Derek, if the blue player can get their golems to the front line and start forcing fights where you can't really bring your entire unit count to the fight, right? Because there's like a 4 or 5 unit surface area. If they can create that situation before their unit count drops too low, I think they can get a good advantage out of it. If they can't, they're gonna lose.
Yeah, it's still playable for Derek, but I think like Seikoi has the easier position here.
I think the really cool thing about Saykoya's position is this area in the middle where there's multiple pikes. There's an archer, there's a balloon, there's another pike coming in, another pike coming in. All those knights are kind of negated, and your stronghold and your villages will start to get under threat as those pikes start to go to the front lines. So once Saykoya gets their pikes kind of in the middle of the map, it's time to fight. It's time to fight or give up.
Yeah. Okay, where is Wulfar gonna go?
Maybe the right hand side.
I guess. Where else? But yeah, the good thing about those spikes is that like you can't counterattack at all on that knight. So that crippled mage and knight that happened last turn, the units that did that are gonna go completely unpunished. So it was like a good chunk of free value. And value is the thing Seikoya is behind on. If he catches up value, then it's like game over. Up unit count and equal value is just like completely over. Unsalvageable.
I wonder if we see another tier 1 this turn from the Twins.
Ooh, they could get it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
personally,
against
I'd wait for
it.
the golems, but
Yeah. I'd
Yeah,
wait for
although
the decisive fight at this point. Golems or no golems. When you think it's gonna end the game.
you got to remember, with that many pikes, tier 2 is really good.
Yeah.
yeah, although golems would just kind of smash them. So
No,
Oh,
because they're
there's a
standing in
way
fire
to.
now.
oh, but you can just one shot them. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Okay, breaking the village.
If a
Okay.
golem kills a pike but loses 20% of its health, you did 1 unit count and 50 gold worth of damage. So you're still winning, but it's a lot worse.
Careful not to lose your CO there.
Oh no, wait, it's even more because it's 1/5, not 1/6. So
Oh
yeah, it is like 250.
There needs to be coverage on the twins here.
Yeah.
Is there actually anything that can? I guess like pikes could potentially balloon over and cover it.
You know, RPG Master's like, oh my goodness, did I just win? Let me calc the lethal real quick.
Well, I mean, you need to wait for the end of Saykoya's turn. Like, he needs to not forget his CO.
I don't know.
Well, that sword is hard to kill.
But not impossible.
I think they're both like really difficult to kill, so yeah, twins is pretty safe here.
Yeah.
If alright, so I know we were talking about like trading units earlier, but I think like trading the mage for the balloon at this point would be a good play. Like Saykoya has a lot of anti-air.
Does he? How many mages does he have?
He's got 2. He's got like harpies, I guess, but yeah, he's only got 2 mages, 3
There's a mage on
harpies.
the other side too.
Yeah.
But he
Oh,
needs
actually, there's one here. So
yeah, no, I don't think you'd rate it. If you had like one more mage, maybe.
I mean, it just shuts down Wulfar's mobility, and you can just pressure the left-hand side. But maybe that's just me.
I mean, it's not like bad, but like I'm wondering if I'd do it, and I think I wouldn't.
I don't think Saykoya will do it. Yeah, no.
Saykoya will certainly not do it.
No,
He never does it.
Yeah, Saykoya
he
never
does
sacks
stuff like
the
that.
mage. Saykoya likes keeping their mages.
Yeah. I mean, Saykoya's happy when you do that to him. Is like, even when it's good to do it to him because he's getting so much value out of the balloon. He's like, oh, my balloon got even more value. It got a mage. I told you guys this game would go the distance, by the way.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, we're only like an hour in, so
Yeah, but like players.
yeah.
It's not. It doesn't look like it's gonna end immediately. Like somebody could get lethal, but it doesn't look like somebody's winning completely. I think
That's very
Saykoya is
true.
ahead. I think Saykoya will win, but I don't think it's gonna be that.
Okay. Actually, this sword could get cleared potentially.
Oh, how?
Hex plus night hit, I think, will do it.
Oh, really?
95 average.
Oh, I guess yeah. That sounds like enough, right?
Plains defense cut down slightly. Oh, actually, I'm not sure.
Wait. I mean, I can't do math right now, but like, whatever. Like,
That's actually kind of throw me. Like, I am not sure if the knight plus hex would do it. Obviously, hex first, but and like, there's actually a sword on the commander suicide.
There's no suicide if you're hexing first, unless you're giving up hex on the
Well,
commander.
you just throw the sword in first.
Yeah, that's true. So you're thinking sword moves to the right, sack, hex, knight kills sword, if that's possible. Then you got like Major Harpy or something hits from the left after. Wulfar grooves the 2 knight, boom, boom. I don't know, is that enough damage?
wait, I think it maybe doesn't even kill though. The sword, I mean, right?
Oh, actually, yeah, because the knight would just die if it starts on the road.
Oh.
So you would just like hit it twice and.
Oh, knight won't clear sword. The knight won't clear the sword.
Yeah, knight won't clear, so it's not enough.
Oh, okay. Was it like
does
89?
like what, 86 or something?
The good rule of thumb is a witch hex removes 1 layer of terrain. It's not exact, but it's a good rule of thumb.
Well, that doesn't quite work because the knight would do
95.
Yeah.
So it survive with 5. And I think it does 86 in actuality after hex, which would leave it with 4. So it's actually leave it. Yeah, leave it.
It's not mathematically accurate.
Yeah. But the rule of thumb was like kind of okay this time. Is there no maids? Yeah, the maids walked back a bit too far, maybe. And now the wits and the harpy get to kind of walk there. I mean, do they?
Archer punishes.
Archer
So-
plus harpy plus groove kills the harpy for sure, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you do all of that. And Saykoya is going to groove from what we've seen so far.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the groove is gonna hit everything too. I mean, groove from where you are on that forest, it hits like everything. Unless, wait, is he getting tier 2? If he's getting tier 2, he might want to groove closer to his army. Or kill Wulfar. That's... Nah, it's not dangerous for Wulfar.
Okay, question for you. If you, I know Sneaky's answer. Do you build the second witch if you're in Derek's position?
No. Not yet. I'd rather build like on more maids, maybe. Because it heals my golems too. And it's a more absolute defense against dragon, because witch can get like defended by another witch in multiple ways.
I'm just thinking lethals here.
I think for most lethals, one witch is enough. I would build a witch if I was Saykoya. If I were Saykoya.
They go double mage. Is Wulfar dead? I don't think Wulfar's dead. Is Wulfar dead?
I briefly considered it, but I don't think it's...
I don't think he is, but this is an
There's
archer in range.
so
actually.
much damage on Wulfar. So much.
Oh wait, the archer? I didn't notice the archer.
Yeah, the archer is in range as well.
Okay, now you need to actually think about this. Do you have a suicide? Sword on Flagstone, I guess. Or wait, will the
Dog is
pike
in range.
create suicide? Actually?
Well, this pike can't reach, so.
Well, not this pike. The pike crit. If it's the first attack, will it suicide? Pike crit.
What pike
on
crit
flag.
suicide? There's no pike crit suicide. Where do you see that?
Well, no, I'm saying like the full pike. Does it go to 20? No, there's no way it goes to 20, right? No. It deals too much damage and takes too little.
Yeah, no, the only suicide is the dog. No, the dog can't even reach.
Yeah, this dog can't reach, so there's no suicides.
Yeah.
Wulfar's defended on most sides.
The sword, I guess, would probably suicide.
Well, I mean,
With
like,
groove, I mean.
Harpy plus whatever you want. Clear the night. Dragon strikes, it's 30 damage from the right. If you haven't used the night to clear the night, which I don't think you have to, you've got night. So that's 60 damage. Twins, 40 damage. Archer, another 10. I guess
So
it's
if
not enough?
sword suicide might make it enough. Like
Well,
you hit
there's
with
no
a
sword
sword.
that can suicide, though. Oh,
there
there's
was.
one. Yeah, there's no sword that can suicide because it's Flagstone.
Does it leave with more than 20 HP?
That's a good
Well,
question.
I mean,
That's
would you
a
rather
good
throw
question.
fire down on Wulfar or get one sword suicide?
No, you throw down fire on Wulfar and it hits your own sword too.
Your master is saying the sword attacks first and then you use fire.
Yeah.
No, sword one suicide from a flagstone tile, so.
No, but wait, I'm actually gonna calc it. Give me a second.
Yeah, Master, I think that could work. I think that could work. I don't know if it would be lethal though. There's
Is Wulfar on planes?
the Wulfar's on
Yes.
planes, yeah.
Okay, sword suicides. It does 14 damage, and then
The
is
sword would
left
be on
with...
Flagstone. You have to take that into consideration.
Yes, I did. Yeah, it
Yeah.
will be left with 17 health, and then it will suicide.
That's
It
cool.
will die to your own groove.
Yeah.
Unless you've made it tier 2 by then. Have you made tier
Right. So you hit with the sword and then throw fire down.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I
you need
get
to
what
kill
you
the
mean now.
maids. Wait, so how close is he to tier 2? Hasn't gotten it. And he has killed stuff. So she could have
Okay,
done
so
that.
we're just gonna fire gets
Let me
down there.
actually calc the full lethal then. I'll actually calc the full lethal. So that's 14 damage. 14 damage and another 20 damage.
Okay, archer's not going for Wulfar, so we're just gonna see a bunch of army damage coming here.
Yeah,
We
so
see
if
the
we
sword.
had Knight, Dragon, Twins Groove, Sword, Sack, and Archer, I still don't think it would have killed.
I'm calculating. Give me a second.
I think actually the one thing I do think is that the sword should have moved before the twins. Oh no, the twins were on that tile, weren't they?
Wouldn't
Oh,
have
I
killed.
remember.
Yeah, no, Wulfar would live. I'd do the calc, but just based on what I'm doing in my head, I think Wulfar lives with like 2 health or something.
Your head is really, really strong. I think he lives with like 1 or 2. Let me actually do the full calc. But because you might gain a bit of damage from rounding, you might get the last damage you need from rounding, and it might be exactly lethal, or he lives with 1. But your head calc is like kind of crazy, actually. Lol.
I like lethals.
uh,
Oh, look at that unit count difference. 47 to 36 right now. And obviously, I think the orb counts as 1 unit, but that's not really that important. And yeah, Saykoya doesn't have to go for lethal at this point.
oh,
He
he
can
actually
just-
barely dies. There was lethal.
He
Barely.
dies,
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah, he dies. He dies like not exactly. He dies with +1. It's like 101 damage.
Oh, I gotta do the math now. I gotta do the math now. All right, hold on. Sword is 14.
Yeah.
Then you do. You don't have to clear yet, but you should.
Groove for
Groove,
20.
yeah,
Groove for
yeah.
20.
So then you're down. You've done 34 damage, right?
Yes.
So commander's at
66. 66. So knight is 28. And knight and dragon are both 28, but the one that hits next is 29. And archer is gonna be like 9 or 10, doesn't matter, whatever. It depends on rounding. I did like knight, then archer rounds up to 10, then knight again rounds up to 29. And it hits.
Oh, so it barely kills. Okay.
But Saykoya would have never gone for it. Like, he never calcs those super complex lethals.
I believe you,
hadn't
but I'm
even
gonna finish doing the
considered-
math just because if I was off by like 3 in my head count, yeah, according to you, I'm off
Wait,
by 3.
Sio is in planes, right?
Yeah, planes,
Yeah.
planes, planes.
Yeah, and the knight is also in planes, right? The knight next to it?
The knight
The knight
wouldn't
next
Yeah.
die, but yeah.
No, wait. You need to kill the knight too.
Oh.
You need to kill it with Harpy plus mates, right? Wait, can you do that? You can do it for
Ooh.
sure.
Hold on.
How much is Harpy on knight? It's like a lot.
Oh,
Is this the
okay.
surrender? Are we looking at a surrender?
Maybe. That didn't go for
this
the commander
is
at all.
Or was that
Oh,
just to
guess
kill the
the-
dragon?
Just gets the dragon. Hits the archer as well.
It looks like Wulfar dies, no?
No, you
Actually-
can make this safe. You can make this safe.
No, actually, yeah, Golem just... Right, I'm just blind. It's fine, I guess. I heard this is the surrender while I was alt tabbed and calking, and I see Wulfar just alone, but he hasn't moved his army, so he can cover just fine. It's like,
I mean, I thought that was a surrender. I still don't know what that groove was meant to do.
did he kill a dragon? Is that how the dragon died?
It
Yeah,
killed the
it
dragon,
killed
but
the-
you're gonna lose a witch, and you dumped your groove.
Yeah, it
Yes.
really hurt. It hurt the archer pretty badly, and this knight really badly too. So
That's true, and the archer's going to take fire damage. And the knight is gonna die to the fire.
oh yeah, actually that's a good point.
Well, but Golem and Wulfar are getting tagged by it too. And you might need to get other units hit by it too.
Yeah, but actually nothing clears this golem.
I guess, but it takes way too much damage.
Yeah, but he's gained all of this territory on the bottom right. That actually I think worked out really quite well.
I guess that's a lot. But Saykoya against the...
Yeah, the golem's not going to die. Like nothing can clear this golem. Like the dragon was the thing that was like the big threat over here.
Saykoya needs to build another dragon now, I guess. Because his dragon was dealing with those golems, and now it's not.
Yeah,
Actually,
I mean,
hitting that dragon was a lot of tempo.
yeah, it's funny though because like the dragon barely has done anything. It's just kind of sat back and zoned all game.
It's
But it's
gonna
been
be
very,
super
very
useful
passive.
the next
Yeah.
few turns.
Derek's got this really nice invasion on the right side. All those villages could start falling.
But he has nothing on the left, so Saykoya's knight can pick up a lot of stuff. Gonna
Yeah, it
start
can clear that village, and that mage can capture as well.
Anyway, let's start thinking about strategy again after our brain was stuck on lethals for
Well,
like
yes,
10 minutes.
all this. I mean, we're talking about that knight can go
Now,
up
he
and
also
left.
has
Look
20
at all
minutes
this.
on his
Yeah.
clock. I think he has a lot more now. I think it took long to play this turn or to remember.
23, so it's not that far
only
ahead.
3, I guess.
And yeah, Archer took a lot of damage. Knight died. Wulfar is actually already a fair bit of his way to tier 1 again, so.
Koya is getting punished for not getting like much value from his grooves, I fear. He keeps spamming tier 1 without really getting what tier 1 can get here. Wow, creating the golem instead of flipping the other veil. I think you flipped the other veil.
Maybe he just wants to push up on this side up here.
I guess there are no units to hit that knight other than the golem itself, which would like die to CO then. So yeah, there's nothing. This is lack of unit count. Yeah, this golem can get hit by a knight just fine. No, Koya is right. He's exploiting the lack of unit count on that side.
Yeah, Balloon could even just like teleport or transport some stuff up here.
You don't even need to actually.
Yeah, that's true.
But also it feels like without that knight, basically those far off villages on the top left are now Saykoya's territory, right? They should belong to him, but they don't, and he has nothing able to flip them like soon as. So maybe I would have gone for the knight flipping the villa anyway. But I guess the knight is more like threat.
Slowing the golem down that much is like a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because does it even kill dogs now?
Probably doesn't. With a
Doesn't
mace,
matter if
maybe.
it does, it dies if it tries.
Yeah, you
That's
wouldn't
true.
kill a dog with your like. Ooh, Twins is going back. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's more less that I think he will go for it, but it's more just I'm expressing how weak the golem is now that it can't even kill a dog if it wanted to.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair.
And I guess he has 2 new knights that can go for the villages. But that might be a bit slow for the econ. I'm having trouble with this. And he is also spending quite a bit of time.
This is unlike Saykoya. You're really thinking about this turn.
Thinking about the builds, I guess, because he's basically played off his moves.
Something I'm curious about. I wonder if they're going to play a game 2 after this.
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
Right, this has gone quite long. What, like an hour and a half in at this point, give or take?
Yeah.
Incidentally, just a little bit of fun trivia here. I have been trying to boil some pasta this entire game, but I can't walk away for long enough. And when I do, the pot's almost out of water, so I have to add more water. It has to get boiling again. I come back, sit down, start narrating. Repeat that. I've emptied the pot almost twice. If it ever runs out of water completely, I'm going to damage my pot, but as long as I can keep filling it up, it's okay.
It's got to get a Twins groove underneath it, you know? Yeah, just call Saykoya and just be like, yo, you like spamming tier 1. And come cook my dinner for me.
Yeah.
How does that work? Oh yeah,
And-
you're right. It's basically the Twins groove: fire and water, fire and water.
Yeah. I mean, he never uses water, though.
Do you think if you threw
you got me
pasta into Twins tier 2, it would create cooked pasta?
I mean, it's cooling water. It'll probably be cold, right?
Oh, but it's also fire.
I know, right? Almost as if it doesn't make sense, and it's a fantasy world.
You need the tier 2 groove. The tier 2 groove, I think, could cook pasta.
Yeah, tier 2.
Yeah, so you got the golem to retreat, but are you actually getting anything out of it, like, immediately? No.
Mage had to dump a heal. That was not efficient.
Did it have to dump a shield, or did he feel like dumping a shield? I think you don't heal there.
I think it's like Barrett was saying, you want it to be able to kill a dog at least.
I guess if you heal it now, you can heal it again next turn before it attacks and it gets a full attack. So
Yeah.
I like this positioning actually. There
what's
isn't too
unit
much
count
that
at?
can. Let's see. Oh, it's actually a lot closer than it was.
Yeah, because he's flipped more
Obviously,
properties.
yeah. Although no, like there was a good 10 unit count difference earlier, and now it's far less than that.
Derek has been doing an amazing job of staying in this game. Like, they just will not let Saykoya kind of scare them out of taking villages.
That's such an unfortunate amount of damage for the archer to do. Like the sword can almost one-shot it now.
I expected Koya to have a slightly bigger lead, both on the board and on the clock.
I think that last Wulfar groove actually like really paid off.
I think it's mostly the Twins groove not being that good ever. But yeah, the last Wulfar groove did make value because the golem. Did the golem just get a free kill that turn? I think it did. Like
yeah, this one got a nice kill, and yeah, Derek's army is just much better positioned for flipping villages as well, which has helped a ton.
I don't know about this. Saykoya looks to be in maybe a little bit of trouble here. Because they're backing up again, their timer's going. Looks like they're baiting an attack almost. Like they want Derek to attack them.
I don't think you're gonna attack into this. I think Derek is gonna be forced to retreat a bit, and Saykoya says, I'm gonna take back what you've taken from me faster than you're gonna take back what I've taken from you because you have no units on that side. And now I have units everywhere because I have more units. I think that's what he's saying.
You know, Saykoya needs to say it a little bit faster. Is it just me, or did their clock actually dip below Derek's?
I think it's around the same, but
they are getting closer to each other.
Derek is to play now, so I think like Saykoya's clock falls to around Derek's every time, and Derek falls further below on his turn. Yeah, it's exactly the same, right?
Yeah, so Derek's just a little bit behind, but not massively.
Let's say around one turn of timer behind, but they're both playing really quickly. Like it's almost turn 20, and they have plenty of time.
But what's interesting is Derek was actually behind turn by turn. So Derek's been playing faster and faster and faster, and Saykoya hasn't. If Derek can keep up the speed and overtake Saykoya, Saykoya will be the one pressed for time.
I don't think this is gonna happen. Derek was only like 3 minutes behind at the worst, and like I think he's gonna fall behind again soon. I think this is a challenging position for Derek to play. He can't mindlessly advance.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to kind of retreat.
Yeah, I like that. Though I don't think the sword can knock it again after regen, so the dog came to help. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, actually, I think one of those dogs from earlier that's now in the balloon, I think one of those could have stayed and just hit the village. I think that was like a slight misplay, but I mean, there's so much time pressure at this point that it's very difficult.
Yeah, Derek really wants to get ahead of Saykoya on time. If Derek can get ahead on time and force Saykoya to start being the one, like, kind of initiating, they could get lethal. They could win on time. There's like just Derek really needs to get the time pressure on their side. So where the heck does Derek practice? Like, I've never seen Derek in quick play. I've never seen him in like the ranked queue.
I've seen him in quick play once. I didn't actually play the game. because like I got a game on actual ranked at the very same moment, and the quick play map was the weird one with portals, which I think is also like TA. So I'm like, sorry, I'm dodging this one, and I want to play the ranked mods instead. But he does play quick play, I guess, unless that was literally the one and only time he played. that wouldn't make much sense. Usually, people who play quick play played quite a bit.
Saykoya managed to flip the village there, evening out the economy once again.
Yeah, this has actually been brought very even. And the golems have been able to remain in the game for quite some time.
I hate this.
Using the dogs to hit the golem there, that's trading unit count for damage. Well, maybe not. I don't think the dogs can get finished off.
I guess you get your own army to support.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't look as horrible, but it just
Yeah,
looks so bad.
The only thing that can hit those dogs is like the knight and the golem. So if you bring all your heavy hitting units up behind this, then yeah, like those dogs actually, it's not the best value in the world, but I think it's okay actually. If you have enough to support us, especially with like an archer nearby too.
But this means Saykoya can't
something
advance on the bottom.
Something has to happen about like the golem count, because 3 golems is really difficult to fight into, especially when you've lost 1 dragon. Sorry, you're saying?
Yeah, golem is pretty good. I
Yes.
don't think this was a golem map, but like, it feels so oppressive when you're behind on golem count, even on like maps where golems aren't.
I mean, it comes down to, you know, Derek made that play earlier that allowed them to take both lumber mills for a while, which let them freely build golems in an instance where like that wouldn't have been the case, right? Like, having both lumber mills was what allowed Derek to build up this golem count. And, you know, he just lived long enough for the golems to then be backed up by more units. So it's all connected.
In fact, Saykoya's entire army is connected.
Oh, if only there was a pistol. Imagine a pistol groove hitting all of that.
And you all need to use like 2 units, and then you groove from the village where you're at. You sack like 2 dogs.
You just throw your 2 dogs in front or something.
And you deal funny damage.
Derek is still taking villages in Saykoya's corner. That's the thing, Saykoya's supposedly winning, but Derek has been able to execute deeper attacks. It's like Saykoya has just been a little bit more cautious to get that little bit extra minute on the clock each turn.
I don't think Saykoya is winning anymore. I mean, I'm not sure. I think he's gonna win, but I don't think he's winning on the board at this moment.
Whoever's up on time is winning.
Yes, probably. That said, it might be that close that it could be like a sudden death moment.
We could go into sudden death.
So
Saykoya's got too many army units to play.
The annoying thing about sudden death, though, is that I guess we're going to have to like manually keep track of it, because normally we would have a replay system that would help us with that. But we don't have that in Wargroove 2, so I actually am not sure how this is going to play out.
I mean, we can review the replay later.
That's true.
But we need to do it right now, actually, in case they want to play a game too soon, or soon is.
Well, I mean, we're both streaming this. We've got tons of footage, so.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, as long as we're opening up like the overlay at the end of each turn, I think.
Yeah.
And the start of each turn.
Well, you don't need to do it right now. Not yet.
Oh, otherwise you have to like review a replay that you have to play through again.
No, I'm saying like they still have a bit of time left. But when they approach like 5 minutes, you need to stop.
Yeah.
The thing is, sudden death is going to favor RPG Master.
Well, right now. But like in 5 minutes, I think Saykoya is gonna show you speed. Well, I keep saying that for the whole game. I thought Saykoya would have already shown his speed by now.
What was my ridiculous, I just made it up out of nothing prediction? Saykoya would win the first game and Derek would take the next two.
Yeah.
We'll
That
see if that
looks
ends up
pretty
being right.
reasonable now. It looks more reasonable now, actually. Well, no, Saykoya is gonna win the next games because I'm gonna DM him and tell him, don't play Twins, just play Vesper. See how I'm gonna, game the system, make your prediction fail?
Yeah, honestly, I think Saykoya's first Twins groove was cool, but the next few Twins grooves looked like someone just playing Twins for the first time. I'm not saying they were wrong, or I wouldn't have done the same, but I think Saykoya has better mastery of other commanders than Twins.
Yeah, looks like a fight is gonna start. Some kind of fight.
Saykoya, I guess they're just feeling the pressure, right? And we got a witch coming out. This is like the very late game. I want to just end this, right? You start building witches because you're like, I just want to lethal my opponent's army. And I guess if your opponent's golem count is that high, like Hex suddenly becomes very gold efficient.
Yeah.
And actually very
As long
army
as you
efficient
don't
too.
lose
Because
your
like
weights.
if every time you chip a golem, that's like another type of unit it can't kill.
I guess. And also it helps it fully kill it with... Wait, does Dragon like one-taps the golem from... Wait, how much is Dragon on golem?
Dragon does
Dragon
not
Golem.
one-shot golem.
No,
No, I
Dragon on
mean-
Golem is 70, so
Oh, so unless it's on bridge, it won't kill it even with fire plus hex.
It's actually really weird. Hitting a golem with a dragon can be bad because you lose the dragon, and then the golem is in crit range and it just goes, lol, I'm a golem.
No, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
'cause-
like you want indirect damage such that the dragon can kill the golem. Maybe with the archer it's gonna be enough.
Archer,
Ooh.
yeah, Archer would be the tipping point because Dragon on a golem on planes takes 63 from a golem, which is actually like basically the health range you want the golem to be in. But we're gonna see like a massive fight this turn, I think. Unless
Saykoya
Derek
has
is
14 minutes.
Derek is 13 and a bit. Okay.
Yeah, he's exactly 1 minute below. But his turn just started. So yeah.
Oh, and this is gonna force a lot of like thinking this turn.
Yeah.
Especially if Derek wants to fight. Yeah, this is gonna be a longer.
It's such a small time advantage.
Whoa.
But in this situation,
Derek's going in.
I mean,
That dog move is a big commitment. You're basically saying, I'm not going to try to lethal you.
there was no lethal here. There's no way there was a lethal.
No, I think it's all about army damage right now.
I wouldn't
And-
say there was no lethal. There was a knight that could have crit and a Wulfar tier 2. I wouldn't say there was no lethal. I
I
think
didn't
there
see the
was a
knight
lethal,
crit.
but we'll save that for later because it didn't happen.
I didn't see the night crit at all. Okay, I'm sorry, there might have been a lethal. I completely missed the night. Wulfar's huge chest hammer.
Oh,
thing.
there's still a night crit.
Mm,
We
I
have to
mean,
clear a lot of stuff, but there is still a night crit.
Yeah, not really. Like, technically.
Good dog.
Good dog. Good pig,
Something else
actually.
is gonna have to. Oh, yeah, that's true.
You want a tier 2 Sunnis, like, now? But, like, what do you tier 2?
195.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
don't have it yet.
like a mage just runs up and hits something, right?
What did you groove? Oh, that works too.
Yeah, that also works.
I
And
feel
you're
like
gonna
Derek got
groove-
baited.
I feel like Derek has like 12 seconds, 12 seconds, 12 minutes on his clock.
This is
Like, it's
hurting them
gonna-
on time. Saykoya has a very straightforward counterattack.
Okay.
Well, but what could Derek have done?
Oh, I guess you can just
Ooh,
wipe out a lot of the backline. That
And
also
may
works.
just take a lot of damage. But Derek doesn't have like a dragon or something. Or multiple harpies. So he can't really capitalize on the damage the mages, I don't think.
Yeah, this is winning for Saykoya. Saykoya has to do.
Does he have groove? He gets it for sure.
73. Yeah, he'll get on the counter attack.
I guess he'll get it on the end of his turn and then just pop it. It's fine. Or he can like keep it and then pop it at the start of his next turn. That's fine too.
The one good thing this does for Derek is up on economy if this goes to sudden death. But they're down on time, so Saykoya doesn't have to let it get to sudden death.
I think it's not gonna go to sudden death anymore, yeah. The fight will actually be too big. They're both gonna waste a lot of time on it. And Derek is gonna waste more time on it.
Well, we've seen fights that are so big they exhaust both armies, and then there's a village scramble. Like that could happen.
I guess. I think the fight won't end though, right? I think the fight will just end the clocks. No, actually the fight will end.
Okay.
Ooh, but that golem is on bridge, so it doesn't need the archer to get killed by the dragon from one tile.
The bridge
Yeah.
doesn't break.
No, but
No,
like
but fire
it has no
plus
defense.
hex.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fire and
Hex
hex
Dragon.
will do it.
Yeah. And the conga line begins.
Yeah, here comes the damage. Oh, yeah, and this is where spears love, right? They love to be in. I'm just gonna crit and crit and crit, and I'll blow your house down.
Oh, that's gonna be in the history books, Barrett. I think we're gonna be quoting you from now until the end of time.
Thank you. I thought it was pretty good too. 99% awe. I mean, just throw a sword at a building or something. All right, there we go.
All right, Saykoya, don't walk into lethal when you do this.
Yeah, where do you actually put it? It's kind of hard to place.
Yeah, there's actually not a lot of good spaces for this fire groove.
Oh, but you really like that Wulfar has already used his own groove, so it's like.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I probably don't die if I'm careful with this. You can still die if you aren't careful, but that's like always been the case. Ooh, doing other moves to think about the groove later, I guess. It's hard to play Twins groove.
Ooh,
Okay.
that
They're
is a
going quite deep.
spicy place to stand, Saykoya.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's hard to place Twins groove because if you put it at max range, it just doesn't hit your CO. But that means that if you want your CO to be covered by army, well, you have to put. Okay, that's fair. You had to put army where the enemy can hit it. But Saykoya is fine with that, I guess, because he's gonna kill a bunch of stuff. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just hacks for safety here.
Is it more safe or less safe?
I was thinking that. This is the thing with Hex.
There's actually a lot of stuff here that would suicide anyway, so.
So I think if you're Derek, you go for the lethal here. And I think if you're Saykoya, you just put stuff. Yep, you put the balloon there to stop it. I would have put like a maze in the balloon too. Like, what's he gonna do? Okay, you kill my maze, whatever. The attack is winning anyway. Like, I would have put the pike on the other side of the balloon and a maze where the pike is right now.
Okay, well, here's the question. Is there lethal?
Or
And-
actually, no, Saykoya. What Saykoya did is better. Actually, because maybe the balloon can get cleared on its own. Yeah, by a maze heal on a maze. No, I think Saykoya is safe.
If there's lethal, I don't think it's one that will be calculated in time.
I mean, you could just start throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
There's just too many units from Saykoya and like too few units from Derek. I think Saykoya actually won army at this point. This was a very, very strong attack. Better than what I could have seen with that clock for sure. I would have gone for the kill on the golem. I would have lost my dragon.
Balloon dies.
Unless you can cover it. Can you cover the dragon there? I guess the dragon dies where it's at too.
Well, it wouldn't die for free where it's standing.
Yeah, your witch is gonna die too. Well, it couldn't die for free on the center of the map too. Because you attack with more armies there, but I would have killed less army doing that.
It's a
So we
lot of
see the-
units to kill the fire.
Yeah, it did. Was it even worth it?
Yeah, like I'm wondering if like, you spend what 4 or 5 units there to just kill the fire? That is
Well, you want to kill the dragon though, and I don't see another way of getting the dragon.
yeah.
But do you want to kill the dragon actually? You lose your wits anyway. Now you're gonna lose like all of those units.
There's a
Everything
flagstone.
dies
You can't
now.
kill it.
Oh
Oh,
no!
no!
I missed it. Did Derek also miss that, or did you want to go for something else?
I don't know.
We'll never know.
I just
I mean, you
feel
know.
pain and regret.
It doesn't clear pikes on planes anymore because of the nerf.
Oh, I hate that. I think that should have cleared.
I don't understand that nerf. Why did pikes need to be nerfed?
Buffed, you mean? Pikes got buffed by this.
No, Derek
Oh, yeah,
RPG
mages
keeping
got
that
nerfed.
village lead. They have an eye on sudden death. They're like, we're going to sudden death. I'm gonna win.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, this is not going to sudden death anymore. Saykoya can win this another pilot.
It could.
We might have.
This could go to sudden death.
Dragon didn't die. Golem is dead.
Look at what Derek is doing on the top. These knights are going to start running over the villages on the left and threatening the HQ, forcing Saykoya to back up. Derek is not going to lose the game before sudden death.
I disagree. I think Derek is gonna lose the game.
It really just comes down to how much army damage can be done here. And I think the answer to that is a lot.
A lot is correct.
This is exciting.
Oh, Pike can even go from behind, and then the other Pike can come through.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Oh.
pikes that can do stuff here.
I really like Pike root from behind. Well, does it kill without a hex? It will kill with a hex, right? Yeah, starting
Okay.
with Sio, that's fine.
Yeah, they're not going to have fire this turn, so makes sense. And I don't think Wulfar's threatening tier 1, I guess, but like that's really it.
I guess starting with Sio means your whole army is gonna come in and block there.
That's interesting.
Ooh.
Saykoya went for the knight and not the golem.
There's a flagstone, so
Now you can't kill the golem though.
although actually there's that thing of like if you kill everything around the golem, like what's the golem going to do?
That's true, yeah.
Yes, but I think you could have killed like what you killed and the golem. But that would have taken more time, and Saykoya also wants to be up time just in case, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
time is very important now, because Saykoya is losing on economy, There's no guarantee they can get it back in time.
I wonder if you just like start really caring about flipping villages and stuff like that. The
I
dog,
think you
does that
just
kill
kill
the
the
sword
army.
there?
It should.
Well, this will now.
No. Well, it
No,
wants to
hits
just
the mage.
walk the maze. That's fair.
I guess you hit
Nice.
the enemy witch. Yeah,
Ooh.
just go for the big damage.
So the dragon actually doesn't die.
It could, but it would take a lot to kill it. Like you would be sacking full health mage and witch, I think.
Pikes. Ooh, I'm not sure about pikes. Late.
I think this pike is more just if the golem tries to run down, you just have the pike run up and defend.
I guess that does make sense.
And this pike can get in the balloon along with the archer.
Oh yeah, this pike is fine. But like 2 pikes looked sus.
I guess you just didn't have anything else to buy. And like
didn't have money, I guess.
pikes can kind of deal with weak golems. So or at least wall against the golem like this. This isn't gonna one-shot pike anymore, so okay, and yeah, they're both just gonna spam mage heals and try and play for time. Do you think Derek is greedy and tries to get another tier 2 out?
I mean, does he have the army to charge it? He can get a tier 1.
I don't think it's a question of greed at this point. I think you're in a losing position. and you need to do whatever you think might win, even if it's ridiculous.
So turns out Derek should just not have fought this. Wow. Saykoya just kept doing bad tier 1s, and then the final tier 1 was actually amazing. Just killed the army. It's too much. Ooh! Kills Column.
I mean,
But he dies if he does that. He's gonna super die if he kills Column.
I think
But can
Derek's
he, like-
attack would have been good against most players, but not Saykoya. Saykoya is too good at that late game fight.
I mean, I think I would have. Oh no, I would have timed out.
Yes, you would have. Really nice Wulfar golf there.
I would have been timing out around this turn. Yeah, but he's dead here.
Wulfar might be dead, but it was a really good groove.
Oh wait, no, he isn't. He might survive this actually.
Yeah, there's no hex anymore.
Oh, oh no! I thought the mage would have died to the knight, and then you could have covered that side with something. But
That's
that is an
actually, that's
option.
the flagstone tile. That's gonna be difficult to suicide from.
I mean, low health units can suicide just fine though. Like the 7
Yeah.
dog can suicide probably, and the mage with no health probably suicides too.
I guess if you're
fight-
Saykoya, do you try and go? Oh, actually, this Twins groove.
Oh, he gets it. Does he
Yeah,
get it
90,
again?
96.
Oh
he
no!
like anything hit needs to hit anything at this point, and it'll get groove.
That'll
Oh,
kill the
no.
witch. It's at exactly 20.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Oh, but his own wits died. Well, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't go for it. Or wait, he does go for it. He's gonna open the other side too. I thought he was gonna kill the golem with the dragon, but no, he's gonna open up the top side of Wulfar.
Oh yeah, because mage will reach the kill balloon. So
This is lethal, right? There's no way this isn't lethal.
I don't
I
think it
think you
matters
have
if
to
it's lethal
make
or
it.
not.
I mean,
think you
well,
might as
there's
well end the game.
you got I guess like dog suicides.
Oh, did he heal it? Then he might have healed it too much. Now it doesn't suicide. No?
Okay. Oh, I think he's going for it.
Oh wait, he's no. I'm just.
Just
Oh,
gonna
he's
fight
going
the
for
army.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah, your dog doesn't suicide anymore, so
I think
I think he has
Saykoya
a
started
choice.
calculating the lethal and was like, nah, I'm gonna attack.
Or she might have never got the lethal, and maybe the lethal was just our idea. I mean, could be. Wait, can the dragon ever be cleared? Because
42. Okay,
42.
that's fine.
Oh, that's nice.
Dragon can get hit, but I don't think it dies. No, it doesn't die.
Wulfar would need groove.
So is he gonna trade his mates for the balloon? I think now you do it. I think now you trade mates for the balloon.
Oh
Yes.
wait, no, I take it back. The dragon can be cleared. It's really awkward and expensive to do though.
Oh
Multiple
right, yeah.
heals.
There's like another mage that could get
Oh, wait.
healed.
The single heal is enough.
It's
Yeah,
a weird
this-
series of events, but you bring the newly built mage down.
Oh, there is a newly built mage. Oh, I guess it heals the 8 mages. Oh, but no, you just.
Well,
No,
you'd
the
also
7
need a heal
mage-
on the 9 mage to sack into the dragon.
Did you? Don't you just heal the one mage? The one mage and the full mage should kill it, right?
Yeah.
So just one heal. You just need one heal. Right?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Well, whatever.
this might kill. This could kill the dragon. Maybe.
Uh,
Oh no,
so-
actually no.
It-
That's only going to heal one of the mages.
Well, I guess the 1 mage could attack from on top.
That also needs healed.
Okay.
Which you could do. I mean, if you're trying to go for a lethal this turn, which
Oh, he
doesn't seem
didn't.
to
I
be
think
the
he had
case.
lethal. He had lethal, I think.
I think he did actually. Yeah. Maybe.
No,
It's actually really difficult to tell.
it won't happen now. That mage had to hit the dragon.
Neither player is like, I want to go for a lethal. They're just gonna continue battering each other's armies.
They don't have enough
I
time to
think-
calc it.
Yeah.
No, he has
and-
5 minutes. 5 minutes are enough to calculate lethal, not enough to play the rest of the game if there's no lethal.
But that's the problem. Like, do you want to all in on the chance that there's a lethal here?
I don't think he. Well, what's Saykoya's timer at? I think it's just up timer now, right? I don't think it's down timer anyway. And I think when Derek is huddled like that to protect HQ, Saykoya could also just go ahead and villages.
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
been
Saykoya
fine
could just target villages there.
for a while, but he can keep threat on HQ. So Derek can't leave and then
Yeah.
flip those villages at the last second. Villages are super easy to flip in Wargroove, which is why the sudden death rule makes sense here. I don't think it makes so much sense in Advance Wars because you could have like a big advantage, but the other guy flipped villages like at the last second, and now you don't have the time to flip them back. Not villages, cities there. But in Wargroove, I think it makes more sense because if you have a real advantage, you can flip them back almost immediately in most positions. It's still not an ideal rule. Ideally, you just want every game to end like naturally.
Yeah, I don't love
Yeah,
sudden
it's
death.
meant to be a last resort thing. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Saykoya is literally marching through the fire. Like, look at these pikes. We are standing in the flames. Oh no, I need to check my pasta.
Past the moment.
I think Sakura needs to hit villages at this point.
Oh, he's not.
I mean, I
actually-
wonder if they're even thinking sudden death.
Well, now they're thinking sudden death. Twins are gonna go in a balloon, right? And just go somewhere.
I wonder if this bottom right spear. Oh no, it's going up this way. Okay, is it going to come and reinforce?
How many fires has it been? Like 5?
Something like that. There's been a lot
Yeah.
of grooves. I wish we had the replay chart that had like all of the details on it.
Oh, gee, flipping that because it got low.
Oh wow.
And it,
Barrett, do lumber mills count as villages? Is that specified in the rules?
I don't know if it is specified. I would say that it should.
wait, is it only villages or is it structures? So if you flip like a tower or a racks, does that count or not? Because if it says structures, then obviously.
Right, if it says villages, we need to clarify that.
That's true. I mean, I think there's enough stuff for Saykoya here that they could flip things in time. Like if it really
Oh.
starts coming down to it.
Golem going into the fire? Is he gonna kill it? I don't think he has the units to kill it. When he does, but it's not worth it.
Barrett? Where are the rules for sudden death?
They might have gotten removed actually, thinking about it.
So there is no sudden death? Do the players know that?
I mean, I think we just get a ruling, as the ruling would be effectively there is sudden death, and it's how it makes sense to do, right?
Yeah, although, ooh, this is a big attack from Derek this turn.
I guess the bikes got cleared, but like, is that the real thing? Is that worth it? There are still stuff that can kill the knights. Especially the knights after they get tagged by the fire.
Actually, like, Sakura just doesn't have much army left to fight at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Derek might come out on top, actually. Just because of how durable these golems are.
I mean, those golems are both dead to like Xio and Dragon and stuff. And fire.
Yeah, actually, the fire is going to be a big deal.
When
Yeah.
does sudden death come into play? Vane Wombats is asking on my chat. Normally, sudden death comes into play in the last minute of the game. When both players
are under 30 seconds.
30
yeah,
seconds,
both
okay.
under second.
When both players fall below 30 seconds. And then it's a contest to see who has the most villages. But the problem is, there are no sudden death rules on the event page, and it's not clear if lumber mills are included. So we don't quite know what will happen if they enter sudden death, and we're hoping they don't.
Sakura has more time. Like, that is something worth noting. And like, Sakura just continues to play
I
fast.
disagree with that. This should defeat the other knight, I think. Oh, that might be a slight error. Now the other knight doesn't really get killed. It's fine. Okay, what?
Spear Crown Golem? That should clear, I think.
I guess. No, it doesn't, but like the dog will finish. Or
Okay.
Oh, okay. No,
Well,
the
then I can
dog
do
will
it.
be fine. No, the spear doesn't really have anything to strike, but that's fine.
Wow, these pikes, they're like survivors of this horrid war. Like they were standing in the flames this whole time.
And the knight could have finished that column if the pike had finished the previous column, but now you need to expose your mage, I guess.
Okay, Sword Crit will finish this dog.
Will it? She would have already done it.
44 to 17. So I
Probably
might just
does.
like not be looking at it right now. Sword
Maybe
Crit
it's
will
gonna
kill a
be like
dog
his
that's
last
that weak on
move.
the road.
Twins need to move away from there. Like there's no reason to.
Oh, it doesn't go for it?
Unless
Wait, will the
Twins-
weaker sword do it?
The twins did it.
Twins?
Oh, that's slightly risky. I mean, I don't think it's a real risk. Balloons are there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to cover that now.
Puts the
No,
weak
yeah.
sword in the fire.
Oh, could this be? Nah, there's no way Derek Little sim with like 0 time on his clock.
Legit, there
Or-
could be lethal here. Can
There
Wulfar
could
get
be.
groove?
The dragon can die. There's enough to kill the dragon, so.
It's more than enough to kill the dragon. There's several suicides. Double mage kills dragon. Mage suicide, mage suicide. You have to move the knight first. That's a little awkward. It's forest, though.
fine.
Forest is very wonky.
It hits the dragon.
Whoa. Did you guys get kicked from the game? I just got kicked from the game.
I didn't.
We're still watching it.
Alright, rejoining.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
okay, it's not
suicides.
so
No
Or the lethal.
suicides, no lethal.
So you actually cannot get both suicides.
Oh my goodness, what is happening?
You actually couldn't get both suicides. It was impossible.
Guys, you've got to watch the pod for my stream.
Okay, I will shut down a bit. Oh, that is a night crit open on the stronghold. Alright, Wulfar covers it.
I don't
But
know what was
oh
happening
no, I
with
think
that
there's just
dragon.
too much now.
Oh, that was too funny.
And yeah, the stronghold is not long for this world, as Barrett would say.
Dragon
Yeah,
was
oh.
having a good time, that's right. There was this epic glitch on my screen when I rejoined where the dragon was dancing.
Oh, I've seen that. That's funny.
I'll have to check that out later.
I don't know if I've seen it with dragons. It would probably look coolest with dragons, or maybe harpies. I've seen it with a bunch of units. Is there a mage in range of the balloon? Yes. Yes. Okay. This is a dead stronghold.
The fact that we made it to turn 27 shows how good these players are. Like, how many Wargroove games have ever gone to turn 27 with a clock?
That's true. Alright, Scorching Fire, that's a good place to put it.
I mean, you could have killed HQ though, no?
I think Saykoya's got enough time that they could kill HQ next turn.
Oh, whatever. Oh, wait, no. No, you can kill the HQ this turn.
You would have to clear the sword above. I wonder if you just move the knight back a little bit at this point. Just line up the crit.
But I guess, yeah, because of the fire,
Oh, it doesn't go for it.
you don't really need a crit now.
Okay, yeah. You might as well just dump all the mage shields you can. Cuts forest, moves the mages forwards.
It's more. It
Can
might
you
be
just,
more
like, throw-
necessary than you think, because Saykoya is standing in a night crit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you throw the balloons in front as well.
You guys see this, right? Saykoya's dead. Oh no, that might save it. That might save it. Okay,
You put balloons in front.
maybe. Maybe.
Leaving the mountain behind him open was kind of sus. Like, that's not what you do against Wulfar. But I mean, Wulfar with no units and no time on his clock. Hard to play that. Can't even clear both balloons. because like one mate is injured.
I would look for lethal here. There might have been lethal this turn, but
I don't think that anything.
Derek isn't
Yeah,
looking for
you can't even clear the other balloon unless you Wulfar group, I guess. Okay, and now how do you prevent your HQ from dying?
I don't think you can. I think this is just game.
So like the game went nothing like I thought it would go, but Saykoya by attrition, guys.
Yeah, very, very close game on both ends. Like, I think Derek, definitely there were moments where I was like, like Derek could still be in this.
Yeah, Derek could have won that game. I mean, it's still not over, but it's basically over.
Yeah, there's like basically no units left for Derek. And yeah, they're up on economy, but they're down by 14 units right now.
And Saykoya is not going to fall into sudden death, if there was sudden death. Barrett, when this game is over, I really think the admin staff needs to clarify sudden death if it's not in the rules.
Yep, that is a good point. We will be
Okay.
looking into that. Because the reason we didn't have it was just because it was very difficult to enforce
Yeah.
without any kind of official, or even like the unofficial replay system we're using.
And
but-
Wulfar does suicide.
Yeah.
Or
Wulfar
his stronghold is also dead.
Yeah.
Which is
Dealer's
more
choice.
dead, Wulfar or the stronghold? Find out like in the next 2 minutes probably.
Okay, going for the
looks like
stronghold.
Alright.
And now she goes and kills Wulfar with the rest of the army.
What do you use here?
I mean, it doesn't matter, you have plenty of units.
Hits from behind, makes sense. And Archer can do some damage here as well.
Killing the archer. Archer moment.
Did Saykoya mess it up?
Nah. Oh, that was
Dog
the
and
wrong pike.
Archer, I guess?
Oh, that was the wrong pike. Hit with the wrong pike.
Yeah, no, that looked like a mistake to me. Dog and
He should have
Archer.
moved the archer.
Twins dead?
that would be really funny.
They are in a night crit range.
Oh no! Did
Press
Saykoya
night
flex
crit
too
mode.
much?
Knight's live. Oh no, is this actually it? Did Saykoya just blunder like the very last moment? I mean, this makes sense. You want to injure Wulfar so you can't just murder the commander. Yeah, hits what they can, clears the mage.
Oh no!
Saykoya is just panicking a bit and being like, I think this has done enough damage to the rest of the army, but a bit of an oops moment right there.
So we didn't end up finding out which was more dead.
Okay,
Wulfar
Saykoya has
or
not
Ray.
dropped below 30 seconds, but we will legit have a rules question if they do.
Oh, 24 seconds left. So can Derek find a lethal in the last, like, however many seconds of this match?
There's the night crit. I hope Derek has animations on to get a few extra seconds.
Lol.
40%.
If Wulfar can groove.
Oh, no, there's just, like, not quite enough.
Yeah,
No, and that's
Yeah.
Derek.
can't be done.
Okay, that was much closer than it should have been at the end there. And Derek, I think,
But
ends
Can't
turn with
say
2
that,
seconds left on the clock.
has 10 seconds to kill the HQ. Before his victory is called into question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hit it with literally anything. Spears, yeah, and they'll do
Oh,
it.
above 30 seconds, look.
Alright, we're safe. We're safe. Good game. Oh,
Okay.
this kill count.
Oh, right. That was a bit of a panic ending, I think. I imagine we're not getting a game 2 after that. They're probably going to want to break.
That was amazing.
I think I need a break after that.